Hey everyone, I am Manoj Kumar and today we'll be talking about money and banking chapter. I have already uploaded 4 videos on this chapter. The first one was on the barter system of exchange, its drawbacks and the evolution of money from metallic to digital one, and how this money took care of all the drawbacks of the barter system of exchange. Then, in the second video, I talked about definitions of money, legal definition, functional definition, definition on the basis of liquidity, on the face value and commodity value, and then measures of money supply M1, M2, M3 and M4. Then in the third video, we talked about functions of the central bank. And in the fourth video, we talked about credit control or control of money supply, which is the most important function of the central bank of a country. Today, in this fifth video in the series, we will be talking about money creation or credit creation, which is the main function of a commercial bank. Now, if you can recall the investment multiplier, we have seen that how when one item of investment comes into the economy, how it begins a chain and how the income at the end of the day is more than the investment pumped in the economy, and the income generated is more than that investment is multiplied by the investment multiplier, which increases the income. Like we had seen the example, if someone pays me rupees 10,000 as fees, then part of it I save and most of it I consume. Let us assume that I consume 9,000 out of 10,000. Now I give that 9,000 to someone. That person keeps 1,000 and again he or she consumes 8,000. The person who receives 8,000 saves 1,000, consumes 7,000. So this is how the cycle goes till that amount comes to zero. And as compared to the initial investment of rupees 10,000, at the end of the day, the income generated in the economy is much more than the increase in investment. Similarly, the main function of commercial bank is credit creation or money creation. Now, how does it operate? How does it operate? What happens is, we have seen in the credit control function of this central bank that part of every deposit which comes to a commercial bank must be kept with the RBI, that is known as cash reserve ratio, and part of it must be kept by the commercial bank itself in the form of cash, gold or government approved securities. So these two ratios, cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidity ratio, are mandated by law, which Reserve Bank of India fixes. So that part of every deposit has to be kept in reserve, and it is mandatory. It is mandatory, it is statutory, it has to happen as per the direction of the Reserve Bank of India. So, what happens is, as I said, there is a formula for money multiplier. There is a formula for money multiplier, like we had the formula for investment multiplier, which is K equal to change in income divided by change in investment. Similarly, we have a formula for money multiplier, which is 1 by the inverse of legal reserve ratio. What is this legal reserve ratio? We have just seen that part of every deposit has to be kept in reserve, some with RBI, some with the commercial bank itself. So let us assume that this legal reserve ratio is 20%. So it becomes 1 by 20%. When we change this 20% into fraction, we get 1 by 20 by 100. When we solve it, this 100 goes upwards, then it becomes 100 by 2, that is 5. So money multiplier is 5. Money multiplier is 5. Now, what is credit creation and money creation? Credit creation or money creation is equal to initial deposit multiplied by money multiplier. So how do we find money multiplier? This has been explained. And how do we find money creation or credit creation? This is the formula, initial deposit into money multiplier. Now how does it operate? Let us see how does it operate. So as I said, part of every deposit has to be kept in reserve, which is known as legal reserve ratio. We have seen that right now cash reserve ratio is 3% and statutory liquidity ratio is 18.50%. So let us assume that this LRR is 20%, as we have seen here. Now, how does it operate? Let initial deposit be rupees 1000. So, what is the LRR of 1000? This is rupees 200. So, out of a deposit of 1000, 200 rupees has to be kept in reserve. Now, the bank has 800 more, which it either invests somewhere or advances loans. So, this 800 out of this 1000 is free for loan or investment, whatever. So, this 800 is available for loan, and whenever bank advances loan, it opens a loan account. It is not that the cash is given. So, a new account, loan account is created, and this 800 again comes over here. Now again, out of this 800, 20% has to be kept in reserve. So that amounts to rupees 160, and here again we have 640 rupees, which is free for advancing loans. So again this rupees 640 comes here, and 20% of it, that is legal reserve ratio, that is rupees 128 is kept as reserve, and then rupees 512 is free for advancing loans. Again a new loan account is created, and this 512 comes here. Again 20% of it is kept as reserve, and the rest amount is free for advancing loans. So this goes on till the time it becomes zero. And then how much do we get when we add up all these? since our legal reserve ratio is 20%, in that case money multiplier is 5. So 1000 into 5. So 5000 rupee is created in the economy. You can see here the credit creation or money creation is initial deposit into money multiplier. So initial deposit is 1000, money multiplier is 5. So credit creation is rupees 5000. What happened? Rupees 1000 came as initial deposit. This is known as primary deposit. This is known as primary deposit, and out of this rupees 1000, 4000 more is created. 4000 more is created, which is known as secondary deposits. Which is known as secondary deposits. Right? So, this is how money is created, which is known as money creation or credit creation by the commercial banks. And like credit control or control of money supply is the main function of a central bank, similarly this money creation or credit creation is the main function of a commercial bank. Normally they ask you in the board exam to explain it through a schedule or a table. So in that case you will have to go through all this, assuming 20% as legal reserve ratio, then you find out the money multiplier, you give the formula of credit creation and money creation, make this table, you need not take it up to 0, just write 3 of them. In the fourth, just give dot dot, at the end of it write 0 and then multiply it by the money multiplier and then explain what is primary deposit and what is secondary deposit. This is one of the most important questions in money and banking, apart from the credit control or control of money supply function of the central bank. Right? Now I hope what money creation is or what credit creation is clear to you, and you will be able to work out any question given on it in your exam, or even otherwise. It is very important to understand how it works. Right? With this, all the topics in money and banking chapter have been covered. In my next video, I will be talking about the government budget and the economy. Right? This, in money and banking, we had seen that if there is excess demand or deficient demand, there are two approaches to control it. One is fiscal policy, another is monetary policy. Here in the chapter money and banking, we saw the monetary policy, how the central bank does it, and in our next video in government budget and economy, we will be talking about various fiscal policies through which this is done. Right? Thank you.